Okay, those of you that just came in, happy Wednesday. Again, tomorrow's the last day of the week. Friday we have off, and then next week we have off for spring break. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the warm-up, okay, which will kind of review AA similarity, and then we're going to start on SSS similarity. Remember, these are the ways to prove that two triangles are similar, and similar means that they're exact same triangles, but one's just bigger than the other, like zoom in or zoom out. And so AA similarity says if I can find two pairs of angles that are congruent in triangles, then I can say that triangles are similar. So if I look here, what does that little square mean in the corner of angle Y and angle C? What does that little square mean right here? Anybody? What does that little square in the corner mean of a triangle? When you see that for an angle, what does that mean? Yes, a right angle, a 90-degree angle. Good job, good job. So that's what that means. It means 90 degrees. So that means that's 90 degrees, and over here is 90 degrees. So that means they're both equal. So we found one pair. And then some of you are saying, okay, mister, that's only one pair, but you said it has to be two pairs, right? It has to be two pairs. Let me erase these. So we don't have two pairs, and some of you looked and said, nope, that's 39, right? E is 39, and W is 51. It's something else. So I've colored a different color. They're not equal. So if you stopped there and said, nope, you had to do one more step. One more step. What could we do? Right? Before we say no and say, oh, mister, I only have one pair that are equal. These are not equal, so I'm done. So the answer is no. They're not similar. Is there something else we can do? Is there something else we can look at? Hello? Is this on? Hello? Is there anything else we can look at? Come on, guys. You got to participate. You got to do some thinking here. Got to give me something, even if it's wrong. Is there something else we can do here? Here's a clue. Is there something else we can do here? Is there something else we can do here? Somebody say something. Come on. Hello? Am I on mute? Fine. What do you mean the missing number? What do you mean by add all three? You're on the right track. You're on the right track, but let's be more specific. What do you mean by find the missing number? There is no X here. Find the missing degrees, angle S and angle H, right? Angle S and angle H. Very good. So how would we do that? How would we find what S equals or what H equals? Well, let's focus on so again, this is the large triangle and this is the small triangle. So how do I find angle S? So let's focus on angle S. They add up to 180. Everyone has to remember this. Any triangle, all three angles add up to 180. You have to remember that. Any triangle, all the angles add up to 180. So we know this one's 90 degrees because that's a right angle. That's 39, so 90 degrees plus 39 degrees plus the measure of angle S, we don't know what this is, should equal 180. If I add all three of these, right, this angle, and this angle, it should add up to 180. So 90 plus 39 is 129 degrees plus the measure of angle S equals 180 degrees. Then I subtract 129 degrees from both sides, and I get the measure of angle S is 51 degrees. So this is 51 degrees, and I don't even have to find H. You don't have to find them, but I mean, if you want, okay. Somebody asked in the chat, Mister, do we have to find, or C or Y? They're already 90 degrees. Somebody asked, how about C or Y? We already answered that, right? That little square means they're 90 degrees. Right, that little square in the corner means they're 90 degrees. So we already found them. That was the one pair that's equal to each other. We don't have to find that because they told us that little square means 90 degrees. So somebody asked in the chat, what about Y and C? Don't we have to find those? No, they gave it to us already. That little square means 90 degrees. So we know that's 90. So those are the ones that are equal. Then we looked at E and W and said, those aren't equal. We're done. It's S, measure of angle S. That's not 5. The measure of angle S. Right? Somebody asked in the chat, how did I get the measure of angle S? How did I get 51 degrees? Because all three angles have to add up to what? Any triangle. In any triangle, all three angles add up to what? All three angles add up to 180 degrees. So that's what I did. I said 90 plus 39 plus angle S, 90 plus 39 plus angle S, which you didn't know, equals 180. Right? And so now we just solve. 90 plus 39 is 129. And then I subtract 129 from both sides. And so the measure of angle S is 51 degrees. That's not a 5, guys. That's an S. S. So this is 51 degrees, which matches W, doesn't it? That matches W. So I can color that orange. And so now that means if I figure this out, this should be what? Well, let's see. 90 plus 51 plus the measure of angle H equals 180. Let's make sure. 90 and 51 is 141 plus the measure of angle H equals 180. So if I subtract 141 from both sides, I get the measure of angle H is 39 degrees. So this is 39 degrees, which matches E. So guess what we have? We have 3 matching angles. We only need 2. Angle says we only need 2. So we were done when we did pink, and then we found the orange were also equal. We were done because angle. But we wanted to make sure and see that the third one is also equal. All 3 are equal. So we're done. So we can say yes. Yes, they are similar. Oops, I can't write. Yes, the triangles are similar. So now that we know they are similar, we have to write a similarity statement, right? We have to write a similarity statement. Triangle blank, blank, blank is similar to triangle blank, blank, blank. And remember, in our similarity statement, we have to have the matching pieces in the same order. Okay, doesn't matter which one you start with. Doesn't matter, but as long as it's the same order, okay? So I'm going to start from large. I'm going to put the large one right here. Right. I'm going to put the large one first, and then I'm going to put the small one second. So the large, I'm going to start with pink. So let's start with pink. So Y and C. Then let's go to orange. S, W. Then let's go to green. E, H. There you go. Triangle YSE is similar to triangle CWH, and that's the correct order because Y and C match, right? Y and C match. S and W match. And E and H match. How do you know they match, mister? Because look, we colored them. They have the same degrees. They match because they're exactly the same. S is 51, W is 51, so they match. Y is 90, C is 90, so they match. E is 39, H is 39, so they match. So we have to put in that order. Mister, yeah, what if I started with a different letter? What if I said triangle ESY is similar to triangle? Okay, if you did that, so make sure you put in the same order. So put E, what matches with E first? H, so we put H first. What matches with S? Put that second, W. And what matches with Y? C. Okay, so be careful, be careful. So it doesn't matter which one you start with as long as both triangles, when you say it in your similarity statement, they match. The first one matches with the first, second one matches with the second, third one matches with the third. Okay, I'll give you a minute to copy this. And then we'll move on to SSS Similarity. So I'll give you a minute to copy this and ask any questions you have. Remember, that's part of how do you keep your A. Part of it is understanding what's being explained to you, right? Not just doing the work. Like, oh, mister, all you got to do is do the work. Well, in order to do the work, you have to understand what you're doing, right? You can't just ignore the lesson and ignore the notes and just do the work if you don't understand what's going on. Okay, you can't do the classwork if you don't understand what I just did. You can't do the homework if you don't understand what I just did. Okay, so that's part of the process too, right? To do the work, you got to understand these notes, and to understand these notes, you got to ask questions. And you know who you are, who just sit there and don't ask questions and let it just pile on. Like, I don't get it, I don't get it, I don't get it. Well, because you never ask questions, right? You have to ask questions. All right, so we said yes, the triangles are similar. And how do we know? Because of AA similarity, right? Because we found two pairs of angles. We found the pink, and then we found the orange. And then lastly, we also found the green, but that was just extra. All we need is two pairs, and we're good. Okay? So that's AA similarity. Put a check mark there. We got it. Next is SSS, side similarity. So this has nothing to do with angles. It's looking at the sides. So if all corresponding, right? What does corresponding mean? Right? If all corresponding sides are proportional, well, corresponding just means all the matching sides, right? So if all the matching sides are proportional, what does proportional mean? It means the sides are growing or shrinking at the same rate. And remember, rate means ratio. That's all rate means, is a ratio. And a ratio is just a fraction. You're comparing two things. So when we say something's proportional, it means all the ratios are equal. So what we need to do is we need to see the sides that match and make ratios for each of them. And then once we make a ratio, we see if they all equal each other. Okay? So if all corresponding sides are proportional, then the triangles are similar. So if we can find all three ratios and they're all the same, the triangles are similar. Okay. So let's look at an example. Let's look at number 3, this example right here, right? Example on the first page. So here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to see which sides match. Before I start making ratios, I'm going to use my colors to color the matching sides between the small triangle and the large triangle. Okay, so I see this side matches with this side. It looks like this side matches with this side. Now I may be wrong, but that's what it looks like, right? That's why I'm coloring them. And the bottom one matches this bottom one. Okay. So first thing is I find which sides match. Is everyone clear on that? All I did was I colored the sides that match between the small and the large. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a ratio for each of them. So I'm going to make an orange ratio, I'm going to make a green ratio, and I'm going to make a pink ratio, comparing those sides. So the orange ratio is comparing those. So now some of you are saying, Mister, how do we write the ratio? Do we put small over large or large over small? And I've always told you to look at the question. The question should tell you. And if you look here, the question doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you if large is first or small is first. So guess what you get to do? You get to choose. So I'm going to choose my ratios to be small over large. That's my choice. That's just what I want to do. I want to do small on top and large on the bottom. If you want to do it the other way, that's fine. Okay, so that means when I make these ratios right here, when I make these ratios of the sides, I'm going to put the small measurement on top and the large measurement on the bottom. So let's look at the orange. What's the small measurement of the orange? 3. So I'm going to put 3 on top. What's the large measurement of the orange? 6. So I'm going to put 6 on the bottom. All right, let's do the same thing for green. Green, I'm going to make a ratio. I'm going to make a fraction. Let's put the small one on top, which is 5. Let's put the large one on the bottom, which is 10. All right, now let's look at the pink. Let's make a ratio of the pink sides, the matching sides. So we have 4. I'm going to put the small one on the top, 4, and then 8. I'm putting the small on top and large because I chose that. Somebody asked, Mister, why are you putting the small on top? Because that's what I chose. And make sure once you choose it, you do it for all 3. Don't switch it up on any of these. If you're going to do small over large, do small over large for all 3. Now we need to see if these are all equal. So let's simplify them. 3 over 6. How can I simplify 3 over 6? We're just simplifying fractions, guys. 4th grade math. How do I simplify 3 over 6? By 3, right? So I can divide the top by 3 and the bottom by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And that makes sense. 1/2. Because 3 over 6 means I had 3 slices of pizza out of the 6 slices. That means you ate half the pizza. So that's why it simplifies to 1/2. Okay. Let's go over here to the green. Green, 5 over 10. How do I simplify 5 over 10? Divide by 5, because 5 is what I can divide both by, and I get 1 over 2. And that makes sense also, because 5 out of 10 means if you ate 5 out of the 10 slices of pizza, or you took 5 out of the 10 cookies, you took half of them. And then 4 over 8, good job. We divide by 4, and we get 1 over 2. And if we look, are all three ratios the same, right? The orange sides are 1/2 or 1-to-2 ratio. The green side is a 1-to-2 ratio, and the pink side is a 1-to-2 ratio. That means that the small triangle was half the size of the large triangle, and all three are equal. So guess what we can say? We can say, yes, these triangles are similar because of SSS Similarity theorem. Right? We can say yes because this side, and this side all have the same ratio. Okay, and then one last step, we need to write a similarity statement. So we have to say triangle blank, blank, blank is similar to triangle blank, blank, blank. So how are we going to know which ones? Well, let's do this. Let's look at the corners. This corner is orange pink, right? Orange pink. So I'm going to put P. And then this corner is orange pink, which is S. So they both go first. P and S match. This corner is orange and green. This corner is orange and green. So that means Q and T match. So Q and T match. So I'm going to put those second. Then over here, green, pink, those match. So that means R and U match. So I'm going to put R first, R on this side, and U over here. And there you go. There's your similarity statement. P matches with S. Remember, you got to put it in order. P and S match. Q and T match. U and R match. Any questions? This is how we use SSS Similarity. We just compare the matching sides and see if the ratios are all the same. And in order to do that, you have to simplify them. You have to simplify all of them. And if they all simplify to the same number, ding, 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 we got it. So I'll give you a minute to copy this down and to ask any questions. Please ask questions. Those of you that got a bad grade before, you have an A right now. In order to keep that A, you need to ask questions if you are lost. Because if you continue to sit there and not ask questions, or if you're not paying attention to this, or if you don't ask me to clear something up, you're going to be in the same boat and it's going to drop to a fail really quickly. So please, please make sure you ask a question. So I'll give you a minute to copy this and to ask questions. Okay, time is up. But yeah, if this gets blurry, I'm sorry. And some of you are telling me, Mister, the video from yesterday isn't up. Yes, for some reason I couldn't upload yesterday. Something's wrong with my internet. So I'm going to upload yesterday's video and today's video. I'll do that today. Okay, so both of them should be up tonight. Okay, and you will be able to see it clearer. Yeah, I know this gets blurry sometimes. I'm sorry. It's just Zoom. On my end, it looks clear. But again, if it goes through the internet, it goes through Zoom servers, and then it goes to you. And then your internet, so it's like it's a whole bunch of things that could be making it blurry. So I'm sorry. It could be my end too. If you all see it blurry, it's probably me. It's probably my internet. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. If there's no questions, I'm going to give you a problem to try on your own. I want you to try this one. I want you to try this one. So I'll give you 4 minutes to try this one. Remember, you got to find, first thing you do is you find the matching sides, and I would color them. I would use colors. I'm telling you, so many students have told me, Mister, the colors help me so much because I can see what matches. It's visually easier for your brain to see what is matching and for me to write the similarity statement and for me to make the ratios because I can see, oh, this side and this side I'm comparing. Okay, now I'm doing the pink ones. Okay, now I'm doing the green ones. So that's the first thing you should do, and then simplify all those fractions and see if they simplify to the same thing. Okay, so I'll give you 4 minutes to do number 4, and then we'll go over it. All right, time is up. Time is up. So let's see if these are similar. Let's follow the same steps. Let's follow the same steps you did. And if you didn't understand the first one, please pay attention to what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my colors to match this side. So I'm looking at this side. I'll color it pink. And if you look at the way these are twisted, it looks like this GF matches CD. Okay, and then if we go down here, DE and GH looks like they correspond. And the last one, CE and FH look like they correspond. Okay, so the first thing I do is I color them. I see which ones match, which side matches with what other side. If we're thinking if one is a smaller version of the other. Okay, and so now I'm going to make my ratios. I'm going to make my orange ratio. I'm going to make my green ratio. And I'm going to make my pink ratio. Okay. So I'm just going to make a fraction. Now I get to decide, do I want to put large over small or small over large? I'm going to do large over small. I'm going to make my ratios large over small. Okay. So that means all my ratios, all these fractions I'm going to make, I'm going to put the large number on top and I'm going to put the small number on the bottom. So let's first look at the orange. Orange is 32 and 25. 32 and 25. So that means I'm going to put 32 on the top and 25 on the bottom. Okay, now let's do green. Green, I'm going to put large on the top, small on the bottom. 35 over 28. And then pink, I'm going to put 30 over 24. I'm going to put the large on the top, 30, the large pink side on the top, and then the small pink side on the bottom, 24. So let's simplify that. What's 30 over 24? How can I simplify that fraction? What can I divide 30 and 24 by? All right, this is just simplifying fractions, guys. 4th grade math. We're just figuring out. You guys called it reducing. I don't like calling it reducing, but yeah, we're simplifying the fractions. We can divide by 6. Very good. We can divide by 6. Divide by 6, and we get 5 over 4. Good. So now let's try the green one. What can we divide the green by? 35 and 28. What can we divide 35 and 28 by? By 7, exactly. So divide by 7, divide by 7. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Oop, we're looking good. 5/4, 5/4. So can we say yes? Can we say yes now? Can we say yes, these triangles are similar? Because we got 5/4 and 5/4. We got 2 of them equal. We're good. We got 2 equal. We're good. No, we can't. This is not the SS similarity. This is the SSS similarity. We need all 3. Okay. That was a trick question, right? All. You see this one? All. Not just 2. All. Trick question. You tricked me, mister. Yes. Now it looks good, right? It looks like it's going to be yes, but you have to get all 3. So let's try this one. 32 and 25. What can I divide 32 and 25 by? Well, 25 is 5 times 5, and 32 is 8 times 4. Nothing. That stays 32 over 25. That is not 5/4. So guess what? The answer here is no. They are not similar. Okay. So yeah, this was a trick question. We got 2 of them. They looked good. And we're like, yes, we almost got this. And then the third one, all 3 sides have to have the same ratio, right? If this is going to be a smaller version of this one, that means they have to grow or shrink at the same rate, the same ratio. And they don't. These two grow, and the pink and these two, they grow at the same rate, but this one's growing at a different rate. So it's not exactly the same. That makes sense? Any questions now? Any questions on SSS similarity? I want you to try one more. I want you to try this one right here. Number 8 in your notes, right? I want you to try this one right here. I want you to try this one because it's one of those triangles inside triangles problems. Okay, so I want you to tell me, are these similar? And if they are, tell me the similarity statement. And we're using SSS. These are the SSS ones, right? So we're comparing all three sides. So I'll give you another 4 minutes to do this one. Are they similar? First thing I would do is I would draw the two separate triangles, right? We have the small triangle here, and we have the big triangle. I would draw the two separate triangles so that way you can see them separately. Okay? So go ahead. Okay, time is up. So if you notice while you were doing that, I drew the two separate triangles. I drew the small one up here and the large one up here. Okay, and then I labeled the sides. So the small one is right here, WXV, WXV. And then the large one is this one, WYU, WYU. And so I'm going to label the sides. I'm going to label the lengths of the sides. So the small one, this is 15, this is 20, and this is 30. Okay? And then the large one, this is 42, right? This is 42 right here. But some of you, what is this side? What is this side right here? Some of you are putting 8. Some of you are putting that the side is 8. No, 8 is only from here to here. What's the whole side? What's from here to here? What's from W to U? Yes, it's both of these. It's 20 plus 8. So that means this is 28. And over here on this side, WY. WY is this whole thing, right? WY is that whole thing, not just this. 6 is just that part. We need 15 plus 6. And what's 15 plus 6?
21.
Yep, 21. Very good. Okay. So now that we have the triangles separated, it makes your life easier. So many students, when you have a triangle on top or inside of another triangle, it makes it confusing. You can't see both of them. Okay. Geometry teachers love to do that, right? Separate them. There's the small one. There's the large one. Okay, so now what we do, let's color the corresponding sides. So this top one matches with this one. So I'll make those pink. This side one matches with this one, so I'll make that green. And this side one matches with this one, so I'll make that orange. Okay, so now I'm going to choose small over large for my ratios. So my ratios will be, so this is my choice, right? I'm making a choice. It's 2:15. Oh no, what happened? It is 2:15. So I will continue this tomorrow. Guys, time went by so fast. So we will continue this tomorrow, and then we'll do the classwork, and then we'll do SAS similarity. All right, thank you for letting me know. So we will continue this tomorrow.